Welcome to Blood Prayer Education Forum. Today's topic is healthful taste. I'm Ogunlade, a cardiologist and cardiovascular physiologist, and also the coordinator of Talent War Against Hypertension. The essence of this presentation is to enlighten us to eat healthfully. Now, we'll be talking about some components of this presentation, which includes relationship between food and taste, then reasons for eating food, then categories of food nutrients. Then we shall look into how food is processed in the body. Then we shall also try to understand senses of taste and types of food eating habits. And at the end, we shall talk about helpful tips for food consumption. Food is a substance consumed to sustain the life of an organism or an individual. Consumption of food is highly influenced by its taste. And then what then is the taste? Taste is the sensation of flavor associated with the injection of tastans. And tastans are food components or drinks or other substances that elicit a sense of taste upon contact with the tongue, which is the sense organs of taste. Now, this is the tongue in the mouth. Now, upon contact with the food item, then the taste buds in the papilla of this tongue send message to the brain to tell that individual the taste of that food. So, healthful taste refers to the consumption of tastans for the well-being of the body. Now, what are the reasons for eating food? We have primary purpose and secondary purpose. The primary purpose of eating food is to meet the needs of the body. That is, to provide energy for the body, to promote body growth and development, for body repair, for building body resistance against diseases, and for maintenance of normal body function. Whereas the secondary purpose for eating food is to enjoy the taste, which is the pleasantness of the food. But in most cases, the feeling, the pleasantness of the food is rated over the primary purpose. So many people take food or drinks because of the taste and therefore eat or drinks to the detriment of the well-being of the body. So what are the categories of food nutrients? Food nutrients are classified into 5 main groups: carbohydrate, protein, fat and oil, vitamins, and minerals. The 6th group is water. Now, carbohydrates is the energy-giving food, so it includes tuber, fibers, and grains. This food, when taken in the correct proportion, supply energy the body needs. Now, protein, which is the 2nd group, is for body growth and development and for replacement of worn-out tissues. Now, sources of proteins include meat, fish, meat, and plant sources include beans. Now, we have the 3rd group, fat and oil, which is for energy, insulation, and for transportation of minerals. Then the 4th group is the vitamins, which are immune boosters. They protect our body against diseases and they are needed for normal body function. There are 2 types of vitamins: water-soluble vitamins, which are vitamin B and C, and fat-soluble vitamins, which are vitamins A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. These are available in food sources such as fruits and vegetables. Now, 5th group we will talk about are the minerals. These minerals are necessary for normal body function, for fluid balance, for growth and maintenance of organ structure and function, and for normal functions of muscle. Examples include calcium, sodium, iodine, and zinc. Some of these minerals have specific functions. Some of them they have some specific functions. For instance, iodine is necessary for normal function of the thyroid gland. Now, so these nutrients are consumed in various proportions so as to give the body sound health. Carbohydrate, protein, and fat and oil will be taken in large quantities, but vitamins and minerals are consumed in small quantities or are needed in small quantities. Water, which is the sixth group we consider today, is the best fluid for normal body function. Water is very necessary. It quenches thirst and it optimizes normal body function. It maintains electrolyte balance and maintains body temperature. Water prevents dehydration, and water facilitates excretion of waste products from the body, and it aids food digestion and absorption. Water also plays a significant role in maintaining blood pressure and also in lubrication of joints. Now, how is body able to process food? Food is consumed through the mouth, so upon contact with the tongue and the taste bud sends signals to the brain through nerves, and the nerves coordinates food consumption. Food consumption is through the mouth and it gets to the guts. The guts digest and absorb this food into the bloodstreams, and from there the digested product, the absorbed product, now gets to the body for utilization. Now, what are tasters and senses of taste? The senses of taste are classified into 6. Initially 5, then now 6. Now, the first class is bitter. Bitter taste is elicited or experienced upon consumption of bitter agents such as coffee. Now, the next one is sour. Sour is experienced upon consumption of acidic substances such as ascorbic acid, that is vitamin C, then vinegar, then this is lemon. So now salty is experienced when one consumes salt. So salt, like common salt, which is otherwise called sodium chloride or cooking salt. Now sweet is elicited upon consumption of carbohydrates, these energy giving foods, so such as the smaller components include glucose. You can see cubes of sugar here. Sucrose, we have lactose. So lactose is a milk, so that is when we consume sucrose, glucose, lactose, then we experience sweet taste. Now umami, which is the fifth, is savory. Now this is the taste elicited when protein or proteinaceous materials that has glutamate is consumed. So now example of tasters for umami that elicit umami include meat, chicken, turkey, then tomato. Now commercially, cubes, food seasoning cubes contain monosodium glutamate. Because of the glutamate there, so it elicits sense of umami that look like proteinaceous. So it is very important food seasoning. Now then the sixth one is a new sense of taste which is still also under investigation, that is oligosters, that is coming from fat. Is fatty. When fat is consumed, the long chain fatty acid there make contact with the taste receptor and elicit a sense of taste called oligosters. So fatty taste is forming from fat. So we say that this series of senses of taste are elicited by these various tasters, and these tasters now have been used to modify to flavor food so that food will appear palatable and people can now consume the food for its palatability or the taste rather than the need for it. So an unguarded consumption of these tasters may result in negative health consequences. Now, what are the types of food eating habits? The food eating habits to be discussed today include 4. fuel eating, joy eating, fudge eating, and stop eating. Fuel eating is food consumption for nourishment, that is, eating adequate nutrients for the well-being of the body. This is when food is eaten to meet the needs or the physiological needs of the body. Now, this is the idea eating pattern. Now, joy eating. This occurs when food is eaten just because it tastes good. Maybe somebody wants to celebrate a birthday and prepare a cake, usually sweet, and it's taken occasionally. So this should be an occasional thing. But when an individual now enjoy eating every day, there will be negative health consequences. Now, for eating. Food eating is consumption of food without being conscious of it. Eating without feeling hungry. The individual is not feeling hungry, but decide to continue to eat some snacks or food items while whiling away time, or maybe while just playing game. So if somebody is playing game and just finish a plate of snacks without even conscious that it's eating. Now, stop eating. It's consumption of food without feeling hungry, but the person just has a strong emotional desire or uncontrollable desire to eat. The individual craves for the food or for the taste and because of the taste, and it is a bad form of eating habit which should be discouraged. Now, what then are helpful tips for food consumption? Item 1 is know yourself and eat according to your body's uniqueness. Everyone is unique in our biological makers and our family history and experiences. So our blood group, you should know your blood group, your rhesus group. You should know the type of food your body tolerates, because some people has sensitivity, hypersensitivity to certain food. So those food should be removed from the list of our diet. Now, so know yourself, know what your body tolerates, and eat according to your uniqueness. Item 2, moderate your food consumption. Don't take excess food, especially because of the taste. No. So eat to meet the needs of your body. Now, prefer natural food to processed food, irrespective of the taste. Most processed food have been flavored with tasters that make the food more palatable than marketable. So now, this predisposes to intake of excess food or excess nutrients that is not actually needed by the body. But the natural food is more healthful, so let's tend towards natural food. Now, 4, ensure full eating and avoid fudge or stop eating. Item 5, prefer water to any other forms of drinks. Now, water is tasteless. Any fridge that has taste has already been flavored, and this may increase the risk of developing health challenges. So water is the best drink for normal body function. Prefer water always. Now, item 6, reduce salt intake. Reduce salt intake because excess salt predisposes to development of hypertension, with the silent killer. So most food, natural food, has level of salt content that is good for the body. So additional salt may increase susceptibility to diseases of the heart and blood vessels. Now, item 7, quit red meat despite its palatability. Red meat is palatable, but it is a risky choice as a source of protein. So prefer white meat or egg or milk or proteins from plant sources such as beans. So red meat is not the best for the body. It predisposes to development of hypertension, diabetes mellitus, obesity, and cancer. Now, 8, minimize the intake of food with saturated fats. saturated fat is risky to the body, so ensure that your food is not laden with saturated fat. Now, 9, don't skip breakfast. Breakfast is necessary to provide fuel needed for the day-to-day activities, so ensure that you don't skip breakfast. Item 10, don't just consume food or drink because of its taste or flavor. Consider your health first. If you have benefited from this video, kindly subscribe to my channel to get more videos. Thank you.